guys, it's Kaji. Welcome back to my channel. It is so nice to have you here. This is going to be my last video of 2015 and that's absolutely crazy. This year went by so quick. It's absolutely astonishing. But yeah, so I just want to talk about my year and do some reflecting and share that with you guys. Okay, so in order to help me not ramble, I have some questions pulled up. Just some reflection questions to help me keep on topic. So question number 1 asks, what is something you accomplished this year that you are proud of? This year was definitely a coming into my own type of year. I did a lot of things this year. This year I did the study abroad program in Greece and that was absolutely life-changing, and I also moved away to college, but overall the experience or the lesson that I extracted from a lot of the milestones that I hit this year was basically being brave. And I was born a scaredy cat, so you know, being brave has always been just the hardest challenge for me. Speaking my mind and just being confident in all of my actions has always been, you know, difficult for me. So this year I was brave. I've taken so much leaps of faith this year, and that was just incredible and extremely rewarding, and it really taught me, this year really taught me, you know, being brave, it's hard. You gotta put yourself out there. It doesn't always end up the way you want to, but just the fact that you did it is extremely beneficial, and I benefited from how brave I was this year. Yeah, so I definitely think that was my proudest accomplishment. I joined the belly dance club. I danced in front of a whole bunch of people, which is something that I would have never dreamed that I would ever do. That's something I've only fantasized about doing. Granted, I was on stage with a whole bunch of people and the routine was short, but in general I've been dancing in front of people this year. I've let people see me dance, and that, it sounds so simple and so stupid, but that is something that took a lot of work for me, and I am just so proud of myself of being brave. And I think being brave was my proudest accomplishment this year, and probably was the most common theme throughout this year. What is something that was hard for you at the start of the year but is easy now? I definitely think something that was hard for me at the beginning of the year was speaking my mind. I have a bad habit of just definitely either sweeping things under the rug or you know, just saying what people want to hear, just ignoring it altogether. But I never make a conscientious effort to speak my mind. That is something that I now know how to do, and speaking my mind is still not the most easiest and comfortable thing for me to do, but it is more easy now than it was at the beginning of the year. And speaking my mind, I'm a lot more comfortable with it this year, and I don't have a problem being honest. And you know, speaking my mind has allowed me to be a lot more liberated, and yeah, I just really love it. So that's what's easy for me now that was hard at the beginning of the year. And that's a really good question. I love that one. What was the most challenging part of the year? The most difficult part of this year, I think though, would definitely have to be my grandparents getting sick. My grandmother was diagnosed with her stage 4 cancer during my junior year of high school, and my grandfather had his stroke my junior year of college. So I had always, growing up, had always wanted to be at a point in my life where I would be able to help them when they went through that, both financially and emotionally. However, seeing as though I haven't finished college yet, it was very difficult for me to know that, you know, the life, how hard I push myself in school, how focused I am with the no partying, the no drinking, just having my strict lifestyle where I am just devoted to my goals, was only so that I could be at a certain point in my life so that I can help them. And it was really hard for me when they started to get sick before I was at the place in my life where I needed to be to help them. And it was just incredibly frustrating, and I had feelings of guilt and just all of these other things, and it was just hard because I just wanted to help my grandparents. I just want to help my mom. That's why I pushed myself so hard in school. So when they started to get, so when now is the time they need me and I'm not finished with school yet in order to get a good job to help them, it was just extremely challenging, extremely hard to face the fact that no matter how hard I pushed myself, reaching the goal that I had wanted just didn't happen in time, no matter how hard I tried. So that was just extremely difficult for me. Yeah, that was probably the most challenging part of my year. So the next question is, what experience would I do all over again, / what is the best experience of 2015? Well, I definitely would have to say when I went to Greece. I have traveled a lot in my life. I've been to Europe already, but there was this place in Greece, I believe it was called the Mycenae Castle or something like that, and it was in ruins. But standing on top of that castle, you could overlook and see the mountains and the beautiful landscape. And standing on top of that spot changed my life. The entire time we were in Greece, we were learning about how the Greeks were so talented for creating the beautiful architecture that they did, and I strongly believe that as well. But seeing the landscape just really goes to show how beautiful God's artistry is, and God's ability to instill these thoughts of artistry in human beings who execute them, and God's artistry himself with nature and stuff like that. It was incredibly beautiful, and standing on top of that castle changed my life. I always know, I mean, of course we knew that like the world is so beautiful and with everything that's in it, but when I tell you guys, standing on top of that castle and just experiencing God's magnitude and witnessing the beauty of creation and how that's his artistry, that it changed my life. And standing there in that spot was life-changing, and I talk about this all the time. Yeah, that was amazing. That was an amazing moment. That was life-changing, and I came back from that trip along with my roommate Maria. We were both talking how we just felt calm after that trip. We were calm, and we were, you know, and she said it was because we were spiritual. Her and I are spiritual, and yeah, it was just amazing. Like, I just loved it. That it was a life-changing moment. I would definitely relive standing on top of that castle again and just looking across the whole landscape and just be like, wow, you know, God made this and it's beautiful, and no human being can create anything even remotely like this, and that was life-changing. And I keep saying it was life-changing, it was life-changing, but yeah, it was life-changing, and that is definitely an experience that I would want to relive. Another incredible experience for me was definitely going back home to Jamaica in August. I love going home to Jamaica. I love seeing my grandmother. I just love being able to be there with her, and it's been a really long time since I went to Jamaica with my mom, and that was incredible. I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago the last time I went to Jamaica with my mother, and it was just really nice. Going to Jamaica every single time always makes me feel like I'm home. It's the place where I feel the most comfortable, honestly. Other than the fact that I'm always complaining that it's hot. I'm eating the food, I'm with my family, I'm with my grandmother who I go to see, and I just absolutely love Jamaica. I love Jamaica and I love Jamaicans, and I can't emphasize that enough, you guys. Like, I love Jamaica. To me, there's no place like home. There's no better place to be, and yeah, I just love seeing the landscape. I just love seeing the roots of where I'm from, and yeah, going back to Jamaica is just like receiving a hug from the country. I don't know, it's just a nice feeling of consolation, and you know, it just reminds me so much of my childhood. So yeah, you guys, I'm just gonna wrap this up now, but overall 2015 was a very eventful year. I learned so much things, and this year just taught me a lot about myself and taught me a lot about other people. It taught me how to be strong, have faith, confidence, and patience. Yeah, so I look forward to 2016. Thank you guys so much for being here with me throughout this entire year. It truly means a lot to me. I cannot wait to see what 2016 has in store. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I really appreciate all my subscribers and all my viewers. I hope you guys all had a good year, and I will see you in my next video in 2016. Thank you so much. Bye, you guys. Happy New Year.